I've not personally been driven fundamentally by money, primarily by money.
It's also about, nobody is black and white, and there's a lot of gray, and we're all fuzzy in one angle or another. So it is also, that's the philosophy also. And it's also about haves and have-nots.
Talented actors from different industries deliberate. Yes, you did use the word stars. That's a happy byproduct. I don't know if you use the word pan-India, but just, a story that spans different parts of India rather than just one part.
The casting became more exciting, and we're able to find a lot of people that are not currently seen on our Hindi screens, for example.
I, as an audience, love Family Man. I don't want to do something similar because I think that's the original. I usually try my best to never repeat what I have done earlier. So I don't really look at that as a compliment. If somebody says it reminds me of something, I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Don't expect an extension of Family Man here. This is a different series. You love that. I'm hoping you love this as well. Fingers crossed. But here it is. It's a new dish.
People only use the word hit. Nobody says good or bad anymore. The biggest stars of this country have seen success and failure, and I don't think even they know the formula. Why should I be relieved? Maybe I'm unhappy about that. Maybe I feel Farzi is something so good that I would have liked to see numbers against it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to News 18 Showsha. I am here with the creators and the cast of Farzi, an exciting new series. We've all watched the trailer. We are all very excited for it to release. And now let's talk about it. Welcome, Shahid, Raj, DK, Raashii to News 18 Showsha. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We've seen the trailer, of course, and it's extremely exciting and looks like a very thrilling series. Of course, Farzi has been generating a lot of hype ever since it was announced. I'll start with the creators. Please, I want to hear it from you guys. What is the series all about, and what can the audience expect?
At the top, it's a series. We're calling it an original story about copying.
Right.
That's the top layer of it. But it's also about, nobody is black and white, and there's a lot of gray, and we're all fuzzy in one angle or another. So it is also, that's the philosophy also. And it's also about haves and have-nots. It's about middle class man's revolt against the system in his own supposedly artistic way of finding artistic excellence by, beating the system. That's the theory of it.
Yeah. The gist of it is that it's a movie about counterfeiting. And there are two elements to it. One is this one artist who is really, really at the bottom of the social strata, trying to make it big by counterfeiting currency. Meanwhile, there is a big, bad world of counterfeiting that already exists and the problems that it poses. That's the juxtaposition. How this small-time artist, makes this amazing currency note and gets pulled into the big bad world, or becomes a part of it.
Right. Shahid, coming to you. Do you have you ever wanted to earn as much money ki uski izzat na karna pade?
I think everybody when they're young, they want to be highly successful and be really good at what they do, be the best at what they do, and that usually kind of is directly proportionate to the amount of money they would make. So I don't think anybody here is ever thought that I life mein paise nahi banaunga. I've not personally been driven fundamentally by money, primarily by money, but I do believe money is very important. And if you have that amount of money ki uski izzat na karni pade, then I guess, life is sunny.
Right. Raashii, coming to you. Tell us, this seems like a very interesting project to be part of. Tell us what attracted you to your character and this project.
Firstly, what attracted me, and it's Shahid. It was a no-brainer. I just decided to do it because they came from Family Man, which I saw and I loved. And as an audience, I think everyone loved the show. And you saw the depth they create with each character. So for me, when this came to me without even knowing what the story was about, without even knowing anything about it, I was just like, I'm in. Just tell me what character I'm playing. And of course, it was an added layer when I saw what my character was, or when I understood my character, the layers behind Megha, the kind of woman she is, the woman of substance that she is, a modern woman. That was just an added feather to the cap. So I think on the whole, it worked out really well for me, and it is a very big opportunity for me. And yeah, I mean, I just hope the audience loves me. I mean, as much as I really liked playing this character.
Raj and DK, coming back to you, you always seem to like aim for a slightly more pan-India cast. I mean, Raashii here is of course very popular in South. You have one of the biggest Bollywood stars here, and then you also have Vijay Sethupathi. And we saw a bit of that in the Family Man as well. You had like stars from all. This is a casting who I would say with so many talented actors from different industries. Was that deliberate?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. The talented actors from different industries deliberate. I mean, yes, I mean you did use the word stars. I mean that's a happy byproduct that we are taking. But Shahid is first and foremost a very, very talented actor. He's perfect for this role. And oh well, he happens to be a star. What do they do? Right? And yes, I mean we did want to create I mean, I don't know if you use the word pan India, but just a story that spans different parts of India rather than just one part. And the story also kind of necessitated it, the characters. So we ended up casting true to the characters that we had.
That's one of the exciting things that we found when we started making series with the Family Man and now Farzi, is that we could suddenly open up beyond what was kind of limited at the theaters, that where we could just go for actors wherever they're from versus a certain packaging that needs to be done for a feature film. So that kind of suddenly opened our eyes to all kinds of actors across the board. So the casting became more exciting, and we were able to find a lot of people that are not currently seen on our Hindi screens, for example. So yeah, it's for us that was the biggest excitement in switching from films to series, I guess.
Shahid, of course, this was, you've said that you were first approached by them for a film and then you decided, no, you want to do a series. How did you decide? And of course, these days there's a lot of hype that's generated each time a Bollywood actor says that, okay, I'm making a digital debut or this is going to be my OTT debut. How did you decide this is the project to go with, and do you feel the pressure?
Well, it kind of it's strange. I think this subject was in my destiny, because when we kind of started discussing what it is that DK and Raj were thinking about with me, it happened to be this film that they had come to me with, like I think 7 years back. And at that time, they wanted to make it into a movie, and they were struggling to there was too much content, and they were struggling to put it into 2.5 hour film. So for certain reasons, it didn't happen at that time. And then when they told me that they'd now converted it into a show, I kind of already had an idea of the world of the show, and I was always very fascinated by the world that they had created. And when I heard it more in detail and I understood how they have kind of developed it and kind of opened it up, it sounded extremely exciting and firstly very, very fresh. The first thing that, like, in my head, I was like, I hope it's not another Family Man. That's the first thought in my head, because I, as an audience, love Family Man. I don't want to do something similar because I think that's the original. And what I think more than me, they were particular about not doing something they've already done. And I was really happy to know that, because sometimes people like to do the same thing again and again because they know it's working, right? But they were also wanting to do something different. This is in structure also, this is very different from Family Man, because that is episodic to some degree, because everything of that character is defined. And then things happen, and then, but here, Sunny's character and his arc starts from him just being this regular guy, and then it cuts across his entire journey to eventually turning him into what we are selling right now. We're selling to you the fact that he makes fake money, he's a counterfeiter. But that's how the story unfolds. And to me, that was really exciting, to see why somebody becomes who he becomes and then see what he's doing is far more exciting than having somebody who's already, he's doing this and now just focus on what he's doing. It's great to know why somebody became who he did. And that's why I feel like this show, if people like it, lends itself to another season, because I think this is more like the making of the criminal, if I may say so.
Okay.
At least from Sunny's arc's point of view.
Right. If in your character, are there tidbits and bits of, say, Badmash Company or a Kamine? Because I was kind of a bit reminded of those films.
But I think I've done so many films that I guess somebody will draw a parallel somewhere. But maybe because it's like underbelly and it's like maybe you have that con angle in it. So I think prima facie, when people are just watching a 2-minute trailer, it would remind them of something. But I think when you see Sunny and I usually try my best to never repeat what I have done earlier. So I don't really look at that as a compliment. If somebody says it reminds me of something, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So I hope when you see the entire show, you will understand who Sunny is and how he is and why he is the way that he is. And I personally feel Sunny is a very, very fresh and original character for me. At a wider level, yeah, he's a con artist, blah, blah, those things, and it's underbelly, so you'll get that little edgy Kamine vibe because, yeah, he is an edgy character. But Sunny is Sunny. You know, I would not like to compare him to any other performance that I might have given or any character I might have given.
Right. Raashii, we see a very small glimpse of you in the trailer. Can you elaborate on your character and the prep that you had to go into?
There is so much about Megha. Of course, what you see is just a very, very small glimpse in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I mean, she as a character, as I said, that our creators have written it in there's a lot of depth, there are a lot of layers to this woman. And as I said, she represents this modern woman in this patriarchal setup and fighting and, trying to make her own way. And I have said this before that she is a woman every woman will relate to. And if you see the trailer also, you basically just see me trying to, make my space, make my way. And that's exactly what she does in the show. She's this girl who's just, sort of in her 30s and she has this pressure from her family to get married, as all of us have after a certain point, that age matters. And she is somebody who's so driven by her profession that this personal thing takes a backseat. So the pressures of what the modern woman faces today in terms of her personal life or her professional life, and how a woman has to really prove that she's skilled to be taken seriously. And I think that is something that is sort of the underlining theme of this character. And that is why I really enjoyed playing it, because it is so real. And I related to Megha a lot, actually, in her struggles. And I think every woman who watches the show. So I was just thinking, I think I'll have more female fans after the show, for sure.
Coming back to the creators, obviously, when you've gotten a hit like Family Man, anything you produce after that will be compared. The whole hype is that, okay, Raj and DK coming back with a new series after Family Man. Are you worried of it, or do you think that's a good thing?
Well, first off, I think, like Shahid said, if we wanted to do more of Family Man, yes, there is a Family Man season 3 that's coming eventually, and there's more of that coming. But yeah, everything we do, we want it to be something else. You want Family Man, you watch Family Man. There are subsequent seasons, there are enough seasons of it. And you watch Farzi, it's a brand new world, brand new kind of storytelling, filmmaking, everything. So it's a separate entity in it. It's a separate dish. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy this as well. And forever we've been saying, like, don't expect an extension of Family Man here. This is a different series. You love that. I'm hoping you love this as well. Fingers crossed. But here it is. It's a new dish.
Right. Shahid, coming back to you. Of course, you've seen the heights of box office success with Kabir Singh, and then kind of Jersey got a little bit, affected by the pandemic. And we were all in a zone where we were wondering if box office rules have changed, if the same kind of content does not work in the movies anymore, and maybe series and OTT is the way to go. And we still are kind of in the middle of those debates, while Pathan is now proving us wrong. What is your take on it now?
It's been the same for 20 years. Just do good work. If a film is good, if a show is good, if you've performed well, if the story is nice, if it keeps you engaged for the amount of time that you choose to show it to the audience, it'll do well, whatever platform it's on, Every genre has a certain I feel like every genre has a certain size, and depending on the quality of your product, it will be able to maximize the audience that is meant for that genre. sometimes because of a great script, sometimes because of star power, sometimes because of a very visceral performance, sometimes because of a big scale experience. That will keep coming and going. Flavors keep changing, different things keep working. I think we've kind of got so stuck to the success, and I think everybody, including the media and on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere, people only use the word hit. Nobody says good or bad anymore. And if something is a hit, even if a lot of them thought it was bad, they start saying, hit it, and they hide the fact that maybe they didn't like it so much. I know that happens. And when we are in, when we are at home chatting and when we are candid with each other, we are honest enough to tell each other that, it might have really worked, but I kind of connected with it in this way, but I kind of didn't in that way. And, that kind of natural conversation is now getting diluted. And I think that's not necessarily very healthy, because we should focus on quality. Success and failure is very unpredictable. The biggest stars of this country have seen success and failure, and I don't think even they know the formula.
Right,
so
right.
I keep it simple like that. If I get excited as an artist, I do something, I want to give the audience a like an original, organic kind of experience. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that should be what should be. You should be focusing on that. Success and failure, who knows? You never know.
Right. Shahid, then are you kind of relieved that for the first time nobody's going to be talking about box office numbers and will actually look at the quality of the product that you're putting out this time?
Why should I be relieved? Maybe I'm unhappy about that. Maybe I feel Farzi is something so good that I would have liked to see numbers against
it. Okay.
Which is it?
No, I told you. I said, it doesn't work. I don't do anything with a sense of fear. I think working from a place of insecurity may lead to success, but it makes you unhappy from deep within. I always work with a sense of positivity and optimism towards what I've done. Of course, you can't be foolish and not have perspective that it's not turned out well. But I have no such feelings towards Farzi. I'm waiting for people to see. And I'm very excited about it, very confident about it, very happy with it. And I just want to share it with everyone.
Great. Wish you all the luck. Wish every one of you all the luck. And we are definitely waiting for Farzi to drop on the streaming platform on Feb 10th. So thank you so much for your time and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.